Hi everyone. I just wanted to outline some of the success that I've had on the Teachers Pay Teachers sellers platform over the past 8.5 years. I'm not based in the USA, I'm actually based over here in the United Kingdom, and I have actually been selling on Teachers Pay Teachers for the past 8.5 years. And from some of the data that my store holds, just looking from the number of followers, you're probably thinking, well, over 8.5 years, 2015 followers is actually not a lot. Well, it doesn't actually matter about the number of followers. It really doesn't indicate the amount of income that you may be generating passively on this platform. So we're going to have a look at we're going to have a look at my growth over this 8.5 year period, and have a look at some of the data and the things that I have been doing on a year-on-year basis, to see the success that I've managed to achieve. So over 8.5 years, I have managed to accumulate 2015 followers, and actually uploaded 468 products and accumulated 2,733 positive votes, and all of that does help. So looking at year-on-year growth, we'll look at the sales and earnings statements. You can see that it actually backdates all the way to 2013. I don't really take account of 2013 because it was on the very last day of this year that I actually opened up my store on 31st of December 2013, and I uploaded 2 products, my first 2 products, one of which was free. In order to open up a store on Teachers Pay Teachers, your first product does actually need to be free, and it actually needs to be a good first free product that you upload, because remember, that's the impression that you are giving about any other product that you have on your store. So always make sure that it is a really, really good first free product, or any free product that you have on offer. Looking at 2014 then, which I consider to be year one, at this point, by the end of this particular year, I had uploaded 51 new products. 49 of those were new, 2 from the previous year, and of those 49 products, 2 of them were actually bundles. Now, bundles are really, really important on Teachers Pay Teachers because they do tend to sell a lot more than smaller priced resources. So, you know, as a lot of other sellers would tell you, bundles are actually game changers, which they are. You can make a lot more money with bundles than you can do with smaller individual resources. And you can see in year one, by the end of this year, I was actually making 3 figures. I think it was around $200 that I made in year one. And remember, because I'm based over in the UK, any dollars that I earn do actually get turned into pounds. So I don't always see the same amount of dollars due to that currency conversion rate. Looking at year 2, 2015, you can see that there is now consistent growth or consistent sales on a monthly basis. Just comparing it to 2014, you can see that I did actually have some gaps there where in some months there were no sales, in particular June and July, when a lot of schools in America are off for the summer break. There were actually no sales at all, but you can see in 2015, which was year 2, I did actually make some sales in June and July. There may not have been the highest of sales, but I did begin to make sales, which was pleasing. And by the end of 2015, I had actually uploaded 129 products in total. In this year, I'd actually added 80 new products, of which 3 of them were bundles. And again, you will see as I go through the data, I do add bundles on a yearly basis. And I began to actually hit 4 figures. So by the end of this year, I was actually earning 4 figures, which was really, really pleasing. I wasn't actually taking my store so seriously at this point. I just saw it as a little bit of a hobby. I enjoy making resources, and I didn't mind uploading and seeing, you know, small passive income. But as we enter 2016, which is year 3, it was in this particular year that my store really started to take off. And I think that is based on the progress that I've been making in the previous 2 years, where I was consistent with uploading new products. In 2016, I had actually uploaded 97 new products to give me a total of 226 products. 7 of those 97 products were actually 7 new bundles. And I was seeing bundles were selling a lot more than smaller resources, and were making me a lot more money than the individual resources. And it's in 2016 where I actually started to make 5 figures in a year. I was consistently making 4 figures a month, which obviously has been contributing towards that yearly 5 figures. So it's absolutely fantastic. And I'm just going to show you from 2016 onwards how my store has been progressing and how I've managed to make it progress. I just wanted to outline that the progress that I've been making with my store has been with no social media presence whatsoever. I'm not the best Instagrammer. Pinterest I've tried, haven't really had the most success on it. So all of my sales and marketing has been through Teachers Pay Teachers alone. So year 4, 2017, again, consistent growth, and you do see some spikes in the graph here, and that is where there are actually sale days held by Teachers Pay Teachers, where I put my whole store on sale, where all of the products are 20% off. I had 265 products by this date. 39 of them were new products that I had added by the end of 2017, of which 4 were new bundles. And again, I was still hitting 5 figures. I didn't see a dip. I was consistently, again, making 4 figures a month, which was amazing. In 2018, I've seen strong growth again. I had 337 products by this time. I had added 72 new products by the end of 2018, of which 10 of them were bundles, and again making 5 figures over that particular year. 2019, as we all know, this is when the pandemic hit. Again, a lot of people were at home working remotely. I had 390 products by the end of 2019. I'd managed to upload 53 new products, of which 10 of them were bundles, and I was still making 5 figures. By the end of year 7, by the end of 2020, I had 430 products, 40 new products made in this year, 7 were new bundles, and still making 5 figures. So you can see you don't have to have any social media presence, and Teachers Pay Teachers will do all the marketing for you, and you can still make a really good income. Entering 2021, 447 products by the end of this year, and I was still hitting 5 figures. You can see that I'd only uploaded 17 new products in this particular year. This is purely because I did have a baby in 2020, so I had additional responsibilities that I did need to put my efforts a lot more into. But it was lovely to have my store in the background, just generating passive income, me not having to do a lot, me just working here and there, and I still continue to see growth with my store. We're currently in year 9, so on the 23rd of August 2022, so we're not at the end of year 9 at the moment, and I'm still seeing consistent growth. You can see here in August there's this huge spike where that first sale in August has occurred, on which I did do incredibly well. It was one of my best selling days so far. I have 489 products to date. I've added 42 new products this year, of which 4 of those are new bundles, and I'm still making 5 figures. Looking at the growth of my store over time, you can see that from 2016 onwards, there has been peaks. There's been consistent growth. But then you can see from around 2020, it started to stabilize. I think this is mainly down to the fact, as I outlined, I did have a baby. She's a toddler at the moment, so I have a lot more responsibility, and I haven't devoted so much time as what I could have to Teachers Pay Teachers. I think my next step now, in order to see further growth, is to continue to add new products, but also to market my resources on other platforms rather than just rely on Teachers Pay Teachers alone, as my aim now is to try to hit 6 figures a year. So how have I achieved this growth over 8.5 years, and what can you do to achieve that same growth? First thing you need to do is find a niche. So like I said, I do specialise in computer science. I hadn't actually realised that this was a niche for me, but it is. There's not a lot of sellers for computer science or technology on Teachers Pay Teachers, particularly for middle school. So this niche has obviously satisfied my particular store really, really well. Second thing is to create products. You want to hit 50 products as an initial starting point. It's not actually hard to create 50 products, 50 small products. Once you have those uploaded, you will see that your store will make immense growth. Bundle your products once you have enough smaller products on your store. And when you are creating your products, make sure that you have very detailed, easy to read product descriptions so that buyers know what they will actually be buying. Think about the previews that you are uploading. This is something that I didn't initially do at the start, so I'm having to go back and revise a lot of my products to show more detailed previews and include video previews as well. Making sure that the title for your products are optimized in terms of their keywords. So trying to give your product a title that is something that a buyer would be searching for. I will be making a video all about this at a later point. I hadn't realized that I was doing this in 2016, where I was actually using certain keywords that people were actually searching for, and I believe that did actually contribute towards the success that I've been making. Also linking similar products. So if you've got, I don't know, 5 products that are very similar in nature, you can create hyperlinks to each of those products on your store so that buyers can see what other similar products you have, and they can just click the link and it'll take them directly over to that particular product. Using the share follow link. So if you're trying to get a lot of followers on your store, there is a share follow link on your homepage of your store that you can actually put into your product descriptions, and when buyers click on that, you will actually add one to your follower. I only actually just found out about that this year, and I have begun to see an increase in the number of followers. For example, I did gain 5 followers in a day, which is fantastic for me, something that I've not done before. And the final thing that I'm going to be working on from this point forwards is actually to market products on different platforms or different social media sites other than just relying on Teachers Pay Teachers, because you can see if you just rely on Teachers Pay Teachers, there's a certain amount of growth that you can make, but obviously if you want to drive further traffic to your store, you do need to market your products on different social media platforms. So I have begun to set up a blog. I will be blogging on a consistent basis, so that once per week. If you want to have a look at the blog that I've set up so far, there's the link. I've also set up a website. This is currently in progress, so that my products can be placed onto my website if people want to buy off my website and not just from Teachers Pay Teachers. And Pinterest, this is something that I want to work a lot more better on, rather than just pinning my thumbnails directly from my store. I've noticed that if I pin images from my blog post, they tend to get a lot more impressions than the thumbnails directly from my Teachers Pay Teachers store. So Pinterest drives more traffic to my Teachers Pay Teachers store if I pin my blog posts, which is a little bit interesting. So that's something that I will be working on. The other big project that I will be working on as well is creating a monthly subscription site. So I do have some very large curriculum bundles. Rather than getting buyers to purchase them on a one-off basis, turning that curriculum bundle into a subscription site will obviously lead to me generating a monthly income. So this is something that is in the works. So if you want to learn a little bit more about the progress that I will be making in terms of marketing my store and whether I can hit my next big goal, which is making 6 figures a year, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave any comments below, and look out for future videos.